on notice. If you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before.
The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer. 2024 is our final battle. They stole our jobs and they plundered our wealth. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
The activation word, Ronald McDonald.
We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists. America will start winning again. Winning like never before. We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders.
Yeah, baby!
We will bring back our dreams.
How can you not love that? That's the best. That's the campaign video you should run with. Whoever put this together, absolutely.
Put on notice. If you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us.
Beautiful. By the way, my Twitter is under review because I've been shadow banned, and I figured I'd add these flags and see if they would take it away, the shadow ban, but now I'm under a review. Anyways, guys, beautiful. With that said,
imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What?
if you go here to Joe Biden's Twitter page, you won't find a lot about the debate. What you will find is their second thing that they did, right? It's just a bunch of clips of his post-debate rally, right? Which is hilarious. And a completely different guy.
Americans know, when you get knocked down, you get back up.
Yeah! Anyway, reports are now that the family is going to speak about him running or not. If he drops out, it was a miss by the Trump team to agree to this debate, because then they're going to put in Mr. Suave. You know, the guy who had, cheated on his best friend with his best friend's wife. What's he called? Oh, yeah! Slick Rick, Gavin Newsom. Nancy's nephew or whatever. Anyway, let's get back into it. Now, obviously, let's recap a little bit. We saw this big mic volume candle. Okay? Look how, just draw your attention to that volume candle. Look how gigantic it is. Okay? Huge. Right there, boom. And then we caught this beautiful move. And there wasn't really a gap up, but that first hour was just fire. And we hit our price target of 550 that I've been yapping about for a while. Next leg up would be 556, 57. I don't know if we get it. This has the potential to be a top. Okay? What do you mean? Well, it could be a top. It could be a legitimate top. Or we go higher. What are the chances? Well, let's speak about a little bit of shit show. And let's pull this in. All right. So, do you think that if you've been with me for, I don't know, a year, you've heard me mention over a year ago that 570 was going to hit this year. And then I added in the Full Moon Circle my final target for this year. So if you're a Full Moon Circle member, you can scroll back and find it. Is it a coincidence that this is the top of the collar? No. Completely disregard this number. This is like if nuclear war breaks out type of deal, if you believe in that whole narrative. Will this hit? Yes. Could this hit? Very well. Could we have, if we see this early in the quarter, should we long it with a lot of time? Yes. If we see this first, should we buy in the money puts? Yes. So what is the first order of business today? Well, we are going to go ahead, scroll all the way up here, put in an alert that says by puts. Okay, then we're gonna scroll all the way down. We know that we have a collar of what was it, 5330. We were just there. Oh, is it by a gap? Well, wouldn't you know? All right, so we're definitely gonna come close this gap in this quarter. I don't think we go lower than this though. So buy calls here on gap fill. All right. Okay. Do I think we come all the way down to, oh, well, wouldn't you know? See how this works? Do you know already what that is? What is that? What is that? That is, of course, an FOMC line. I don't think we're gonna come all the way down here. Is it possible? Absolutely. Hell yeah, it's possible. But this gap is more likely to fill probably by the end of September. And once we have filled, once we give up this gap here, you are going, I'm gonna really indicate this for myself, that will be once this gap has filled and it bounces and yada yada yada, if we come back and fill that and go through that gap, we're without a doubt heading here. So this is going to be a few weeks of puts right there. Now I shouldn't have it on the 1 hour. I gotta move this further out here because it's not gonna happen until maybe September. All right, well, now I have that there. Now we can proceed. So check this out, guys. Very, 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 very interesting detail that I'm about to share with you. ES did not put in all-time highs, while US 500 put in all-time highs, and SPX put in all-time highs. ES did not. Why is that? Who knows? So I would be flagging here and saying, oh, we absolutely have a top. This little detail here tells me we might not have a top yet, because obviously this could be classified as a double bottom or a double top, but it's not really, because US 500 went over, SPX went over, SPY obviously did not go up there. That's pre-market. Do you see what I mean? So question becomes then, since we haven't hit these levels, you know my rule. What's my rule? That these targets need to hit. So again, we have a all-time high during market hours, but we still have this lingering all-time high from a pre-market. So is all of this with end of the month bogus rebalancing? Obviously this pattern played out, but does this become a cup pullback and a handle? We're about to find out this week. There's a lot of people saying early July is bullish. There's a lot of people saying, oh, you can't follow seasonality, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all good points, great. Okay, do I care? Not really. Why do I not care? You know, the sports calendar and the fractal say up here for a few weeks. Volatile, yes, but we'll cover that, and I'm gonna teach you the simplest trick not to get bagged on situations where you all heard me sell my calls up here, and a lot of you held, because some of you were bitten by the FOMO bug, and I have to give props when props are due. I know that a year ago, Jaybird would have held everything, but what he did was exactly what he was supposed to do. Sold everything and fucked off, and he was grilling and posting pictures, right?
What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What we can see, what we believe can be, unburdened by what can.
Am I right? Yes, of course I'm right. It's called discipline. I'm not the most disciplined person in the world, but in this game you have to have discipline, because at the end of the day, it's nobody else's fault if you don't sell or buy than yours. And what did we do at the end of the day? Well, all we did, can I make this freaking bigger? Thank you. Was go from a overextended. This is my by the way, my favorite indicator of all time is Smart Money Concept by Zayerman. Here. It's a really good one. It keeps me in check. This one, Smart Money. You gotta pay for it, but anyways, it's kind of a supply and demand. We went from up here, you see, overextended demand all the way down to, or from supply all the way down to demand, and bounced. Okay, fantastic. Now what? Well, again, very simple. We either gap up and start going on Monday, or as soon, even if we trade under this by 1 cent, we're gonna go. So far we have defended this FOMC line. Okay? Now a lot of people are like saying next week's gonna suck. Next week is not gonna suck, guys. We traded this shit successfully. We got Powell on Tuesday and Tesla delivery numbers. Okay? And Wednesday's a half day, Thursday's off, and then we got Friday. So I don't want to lose this low on Friday, because we have now tested this FOMC line a few times last week. Next time we give up the FOMC line, where are we going? Well, we're going right here. That's where the gap starts. So what you can do is put in an alert. Again, you can do it however you want. That's a level. Once we lose this, that's where we're going. Okay? And then we see, oh, are we gonna feel this gap? Now obviously the gap detector doesn't show it on SPY, which is also another reason why I always have SPX too, because it's just easier to spot with the eye. Oh, boom, there's the gap. Now we have spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days above the gap. You could call this an uptrend. Again, it's a 12-day program. They usually don't run more than 12, 13, 14 days. So are we due for a sell? Look at where the daily 21 is coming in at. Remember when I said as soon as this 9 gets into the gap, we're gonna fly we did. Same here. Now we can come back down and defend this gap. This is why I'm not overly bearish. We would have to lose the 21 on the first try. We have that as a security. It should bounce on the first go, which means as long as we're above this 21, you can buy that dip the first time. Second time, not so sure. But there's a lot of people waiting to buy this gap. I mean, imagine waiting, having the patience to wait for this. People are gonna slam SPX, SPY, and ES when we come down here. No doubt about it. So, do I think we see top of the, put in all-time highs? We can. But top could be in. Look at that candle. That's not very nice. However, you have to take into consider rebalancing, which brings me to the next thing. Okay? Rebalancing. What do you mean, grandfather? I mean, Nvidia did absolutely nothing for days. It now weighs a lot. Is that a nasty ass looking thing? Yes. However, look at that candle and look at that candle. Okay? See that? All right, fantastic. Let's go back. a little bit. Usually when we get these lows on Nvidia and they look nasty, it manages to go higher. Why is that? Well, look at the Stow, okay? Which is another thing. Works on any time frame. Look at where the Stow is when you pull in that red candle. It's topped out. Do you know that it's almost some type of world record to kill the Stow that fast? And now we're down here. Can it still go lower? Yeah, it can't go lower than this. It's not gonna go negative on Nvidia ever. Do you see here? Do you see what I mean? Therefore, it can still go maybe lower, but it's gonna bounce and it's gonna go to 150. Okay? Probably sooner than later. Do I think we go and close this gap? Not a fucking chance. I don't. Look at the daily RSI. Went from 82 all the way down to 54 now. So, do I like volume, MACD, blah, blah, blah? Yeah, it's all great. Do you know which indicator I use most? The Stow. It's the fastest indicator there is. Look here. You're gonna keep swinging your fucking SPY calls when it's at 100? That's on you. That's on you. You know I always talk about the Stow. If you're gonna hold your shit when we're at 100 and we stopped pumping, that's on you. There's a reason I sold all my calls when that happened. Look here. It's at 100, but we're squeezing. This was and this is data, right? This was that crazy ass Monday squeeze. Here I held because we just started pumping. Boom. What happens? Stow goes to 100. Can't go higher than that. It just can't. Technically it can't, but it never does, right? Same thing here. We fucking blast to 100 on it. What are you gonna do?
What can be? Unburdened by what has been. What can be? Unburdened by what has been.
Who we can be, unburdened by who we have been.
What can be? Unburdened by what has been.
Okay? So use it. It's great. The Stow on the 5 minute is like the best tool there is. Look here. We're holding, boom. Why am I holding my calls even though we pumped a little bit? Because the Stow has so much room. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, we're out. You can buy dips, but if this bounce and the tick and the price don't react together, then nah. Now, end of the day, obviously we caught that. I'm in a swing. Why? Because like, what the fuck is that even? You know what I mean? Now, that covers the Stow. I hope you guys take that into account. Okay, great. Let's look at other stuff before we start getting into the individuals. Do you think that is a bullish chart or a negative chart? Okay. Once this crosses over, we start flying. I almost feel that end of day Friday was to not let this start ripping. Okay? Just saying. Look at the JPM flow. Now, obviously, banks after hours, the reason they rallied and held while everything else sold except banks all day. Everything else sold. Not banks. I scalped JPM total of 8 times. Look at that shit. They beefed up their dividends. So they want people to buy their shit. JPM did a buyback of like 20 billion as well. I want this Monday. Otherwise, I'm out. Okay? Now here you can clearly see we're holding, then we start fading, boom, 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 boom. A lot of red shit. Okay, great, fantastic. This was the closing GEX. I mean, look at that. And look at that. I mean, we got some range here. We got volatility. We can make a lot of money. And I'm down to buy any dip. So again, a lot of you know that for a while there in the spring, April, I think, I was just trading open and close. And I'm gonna probably do that because who makes money intraday? Like, come on. You're gonna size up on some chop? No, you got your IB session, the hour after that, and the 2 last hours. Okay, fantastic. IWM still sucking ass, but look how this was bought up in the day. Way more than QQQ or SPY. Very nice move. Now, JPM, where are you, JPM GEX? I don't want to overstay my welcome either, but that 200 level looks to be a nice bottom right now as far as GEX. Okay? And as a reminder, if you see these pink levels, always enter them on your chart. You have a pause button, it's all good. You guys saw live that I told Chef that 2080 was going to be a big level, take profit, put stops on runners. Boom, another failed attempt on Mara. What a joke. Closed above the 9 and the 21. So that is bullish. But this will go at some point. It's going to put in that stick to 23 or something. Okay? Same with Coinbase, but like, yeah, not about it as long as Bitcoin does this shit. Very interesting here. If you look at the STO, it's topped out. Now they're holding the price while they bring the STO down. Does that mean it's going to sell down to here? Probably not. Chances are it curves up and starts going into Monday, which is what I'm looking for. The Dixie double top. Hopefully this 89 fails and we start really drilling and we can catch a rally, because everybody's gonna be trying to buy puts here. Okay, obviously if we sell, we'll play puts. You have to be 90% cash. And if you play any earnings coming up, I'll be the first one to tell you, any earnings you play is a fucking lotto. We have no idea about the earnings reports or the guidance. If I take any earnings, it's a small thing. Those of you who've been with me for a while, I don't size up on any earnings. I don't even play them unless there's a good chance of a nice move. Because you can get wrong direction, right direction, or you can get IV flushed, which just means price is flat, contracts open, and they're dead. And that's when we come in and buy them. All right? Fantastic. Now China, even with a few good days there, I mean, this chart just looks ass. Absolutely ass. Last point it can bounce off of is this 89, or it's going to go start gap filling. So be aware of HSI if you try to play Baba.
We can be unburdened by where we have been and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
Always look at the tick, meaning if the tick is fucking pumping like that, but you're like getting a candle that's like that, okay, you're not gonna be going anywhere. If the tick is pumping and you get a candle like that, yeah, now we're talking, okay? If the tick is absolutely cratering, for instance, but the candle looks like that, chances are on the next pump it's gonna go higher. But if the tick is drilling and the candle looks like that, you know it's a for sure sell. Okay, fantastic. Let's get into some individuals. Now, end of day, look at this UNH candle. You have 2 weeks of consolidation basically blasted off in one candle. So a lot of money going into healthcare. Why is that? Well, fall is coming. Chances are that UNH is going to go close this gap on that earnings. Okay? Now UNH is going to go higher this year. Okay, that's why I have it up there. I'm looking to start swinging it. Why? Look at that MACD. Cross first green. So I'm looking for this to pull back a little bit because that was an absolutely insane candle. And then I'll probably enter it either at the 9 or the 21. Am I going to buy it first thing Monday? Absolutely not. Why? Because I haven't traded in a while. Anyways, Amazon. Again, I can't stress enough that we sold literally everything here. Again, Stowe maxed out, MACD popping, everything going, sold everything. I started re-entering my 210s. Could I have done it last minute too? Yeah, sure. But remember, I bought in here and they pumped the premiums like crazy. So I bought all those deep buys and then it sank. Premium is still holding really well. So this breakout is only starting. Okay, I think they're going to hold the price and they're going to drag this 9 up. And then when the 9 comes up here, they're going to blast it. So probably not this week. Maybe we'll start adding on Friday. But definitely the week after that, it's all going to be about Amazon. Because it's kind of retesting stuff here, right? It's retesting these breakout levels here. Okay, fantastic. NVIDIA, already covered that. Need a strong NVIDIA on Monday, or this is probably going to go down to here. Probably goes and closes this gap. I already have my load the gap fill right there if it comes down there. Meta has had some nice moves. Again, total failure. And this was the giveaway, was Meta on Friday. Whenever you get a high pre-market, you know it's a sell day. You know it's a sell day, but I wasn't looking at it myself. But that would have been a nice short. Obviously, came down, went back up, never could take out those highs. So what does this mean? Again, this means that Meta is one of my top plays. Once this Stowe calms down, because look at that. Look at what happens here. It comes down, it's flat, but the Stowe is pumped. I don't even know what that means, but like, that's funky. So can this come lower? Yeah. Will it go? Look at this. From 523 all the way down to 505. Is it going to go back up here? Yes. Question is, where do we enter? Well, it could even go down to here. I mean, if I'm going to put a buy right there, I'm going to put a buy right there. It's either one of these spots. If it comes down to here, it's literally retesting the breakout. But these are two huge volume shells right there. Meta definitely in play. And also while we're here on this window, you can see a lot of these dark pool spikes coming in. It's not like they sold everything off. They're still holding. They're consolidating still. They just test the top of the range and the low of the range, which means we either trade within this range or we break lows, go and gap fill, or we go for all-time highs. Very simple. Okay, it's not overcomplicated. SMCI, I know Mikey and Groove Daddy posted a bunch of awesome stuff. Look, again, these sectors, it's not like it's just going to sell down all of a sudden from all of this consolidation down to 500, which is literally its down target. It's going to go higher. Why? AI is taking over. They're working with NVIDIA. I mean, that's what this whole rebalancing is about, which is why NVIDIA gets more weight than Apple, because it's gonna go higher. Can it go down to here? Sure. Will I all in if I get 670? Absolutely. But still, it's just consolidating. This was the by the rumor. Obviously, we sold that top. Earnings coming up. It's gonna have an earnings run up. There's gonna be more rumors about a split, this and that. Earnings are probably gonna be absolutely baller. Last earnings, the move was down. Okay. So I'm gonna try to catch that move. Anyways, it's not like my main play here. AMC ripped, obviously. CRM was another one we called out last Thursday morning. Didn't even take it, but look at that chart. Holy moly. Also didn't really sell. Sava, there was some fraud going on. I wish I would have caught that. DJT, again, for next time. Guys, look, listen. The closer we get to the election, the more volatile DJT is going to get. It's going to be moving on news. Again, literally sold at open. Because I saw a head and shoulders pre-market event over. So again, if there's an event scheduled, like a debate for the end of the week, next week, buy it on Friday, catch the run-up, get out. I played this beautifully. And you're looking here at the Stowe too. That's the daily Stowe. I mean, very rare that you see a daily Stowe go to 102. Just saying. But this is gonna be, we're gonna be playing this all year now. Hood, a lot of people are moving into it. I'm in a swing. I'm in the 24s. I want to see this blast off. Obviously, look at this candle after hours to 23. I caught a beautiful, beautiful play this week when I swung it from here to here. It went hundreds of percent. I think from 6 to 24. Looking for this to blast out. This is gonna go closer to 30 by end of year. They're getting so much people transferring from Schwab, for instance. It's crazy. UPSD, it's summer. I've been waiting for months. I want it. Closed right at the trend line. Looks amaze balls. Look at this green candle here. I hate this indicator when it does that. Pretty 50-50, but you see there's more green down here. MACD ready for action, literally. Cross on the daily. This is gonna probably fly early this week, so I'll be looking at this on Monday, targeting 26. I have a feeling this is going to do the good old sausage and fruit bowls type of pattern. You know what I mean? So yeah, looking for these to go gap fill. And when do we have earnings? We have all earnings are coming up soon again, early August, end of July. Do they do any business? Who knows? But I want to play it, and I might even get into a swing soon because I want to close this gap. Which gap is that? This gap. This gap. Okay? But I'm thinking it has time to go up. It needs to move really quickly though, like this week up to here, then reject, come down, hold the 22, and then start either on earnings or prior to earnings, really start running. So holding that there. Carvana, absolutely killer trades. If you took, I didn't personally, but like holy moly. Tesla, all right. Tesla delivery numbers on Tuesday. It's either going to go for gap fill or it's going to come down and retest either the 9 or the 21. If it's just chilling on Monday, which it probably isn't, I'm going to get in early. If it's playing to the upside, sell some, swing some. Apple, I'm not touching this sack of shit right now, even with newbies' hands. It is bull flagging. Just putting it out there. Should it be here? No. But again, 3.23, 3.4. See what I'm saying? In my book, that means that Nvidia needs to go higher, since it needs to be bigger than Apple, if I've understood it correctly. All right, I think that's a lot of data for you to take in. Let's look at the calendar.
What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
La 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 la! ISM PMI has given a move, probably will give a move again. 6 months bills, blah 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 blah, but that's the move on Monday. Okay, and then you have this bad boy after hours, which should move up. Germania, Deutschland. And you would want to, ooh, spicy MACD on the DAX. Ooh, this is gonna, you're slated to go higher. Unless that's a hot ass CPI, which I doubt. Should move us nicely in. Now this, or at market open. I don't even know if this, like, what is this? Let's see. Federal Reserve. What do they got for us? Let's go to next July. Policy panel discussion with the ECB. Spicy. And then on Wednesday, problem is this is gonna be after hours on Wednesday, of course. So I'm gonna probably straddle that fucker because I want to see what they say in their minutes. So Wednesday is a half day, to my understanding. Right? Look here. Independence Day Thursday with a little star. Then you go down here. Each market will close at 1 p.m. on Wednesday, July 3rd. And on Thursday it will be closed. Okay? Right? Late trading session will close, so I guess maybe futures open up. But anyways, so Wednesday half day, and then Thursday should be closed, and then we won't have any Juneteenth or other fuckery until September. Okay, and Friday's open. Great. Let's get back to biz. Then what happens while we're closed? We are gonna be getting yeah, the FOMC minutes, right? Yeah. Right after close. And then, is there anything on Thursday that could happen? Not really. And then Friday, we have non-farm payroll. So this is like, it doesn't get spicier. This is like raw patties with cheese on Chucky's grill. Which means, if you want to fucking be a goddamn degenerate, here you go. This is your chance. Market closes at 7 my time, I believe, after the mortgage rates. Then you got FOMC minutes, okay? And then you got NFP. Now let's look at NFP. What has the Fed said? The Fed has said that the White House jobs numbers are cooked. So they're a little pissed about that. Might be why Joey was a little slow at the debate. They're like, fuck this guy. Forecast is really low when last one was that. So I'm just, if that comes in, market's going to absolutely rip. You're going to find yourself in a gap up, and you will take out what price target, Grandpa? You'll take out that ES target in a heartbeat. That is still up there, right? That fucker, no doubt about it, even if you're down there, okay? Because it'll be like, okay, we're on for a September cut. Do you understand? Because core PCE was fine. with that said, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'm trying to make a lot of money next week because my kids have their birthdays coming up. My wife has her birthday coming up. They're all like, can we go travel somewhere? And I'm like, yes, we can. So probably third or fourth week of July, I'm going to probably be on vacation. For you new people, you're like, oh no. For you old schoolers, you know that I trade when I'm on vacation. Because I fucking love this. With that said, if you guys need some specific... Oh yeah, still, I forgot to show about SMCI. Look at this dark pool here that they're literally buying here, okay? They've been buying since these lows. They took some profit at all-time highs. But they're buying this knife here. Okay. With that said, guys, it's been a wonderful long ass MA video. Please rewatch it, take notes. I can't remember everything. I just want us to absolutely kick ass next week. Keep an eye on the stove. If you see something, say something. God bless. Love your family. So have a great weekend and see you on Monday.
Right, boom, keep going. We're turning through, baby.
$776 billion